Right, I think things are kind of working here. I Today I wanted to talk about working with a Linux based operating system, which is Unix. Um, I remember as a kid in school, we had uh, we had a bank of what's called dumb terminals. Anyway, if you're confused about the stream, what I'm working on is, uh, I watched a lot of streamers and they use software. Um, a lot of them use software. I mean, yeah, you can just a laptop and a webcam and a YouTube channel, and you're streaming. You're streaming, bro. Microphone, built-in microphone, laptop. So conceivably, you could be streaming for like $50. Just go order a laptop on eBay for like $80 including the shipping, maybe. But you're gonna get something that's maybe not up to snuff. But anyway, today, so this seems to be working pretty good. So I can go into my Firefox. I'm running, you know, I can't seem to close this window though. I'm running, it's Debian, it's called a distribution of Linux. So if you're new to Linux, it's kind of an intimidating thing, but I don't know that. Okay, scene A. I don't know that. Oh boy. I don't know if it's just you're seeing a black screen. So we want to cut. Okay, there we go. Now we'll look on YouTube. Okay, look, see, now here's what I'm working with. This is the OBS, that's open broadcast software. And for those of you who are unfamiliar with software, that's um, as opposed to hardware. Like a computer is hardware. It's sort of a static instrument, and then you apply software, which can be you're working within the confines of that hardware. So the software uses the hardware to make some kind of useful application or whatever. might be unusable. Getting right down to the fundamentals today, and so and someone I ditched Windows. Well, not, I ditched Windows because a monitor crapped out, and I was blaming Windows. It's like I got in a tizzy, and I said, I'm done with Windows. And I had this nice stable Windows 7 system running on my desktop PC. Some people call them a boat anchor, you know. I know, like, younger generation tend to like using phone, like their mobile, their little devices, or iPads, things like that. Like, maybe a phablet. And yeah, I've always been kind of a desktop dude, like ever since the day of Apple IIe and Commodore 64. And so now I've got this OBS software running on Linux. What I wanted to do today is to, well, first of all, disable the screensaver. That's like when it comes to Linux, it really, I'm going to say it runs really smooth once you get it established. Like getting it onto a computer, that can be another story. That can be rife with all sorts of glitches, and you're just shaking your fist. Why? Why? It took me about 7 trials to get this Linux Debian within, and what I'm using is you have a Linux distribution, and then you have a desktop that you can make your own. If you're a super genius, which I'm not. I make my own desktop, but why reinvent the wheel? So I put on a desktop system. You could call it Windows. It's not Microsoft Windows, but it's just like a Mac kind of. Just an intuitive desktop operating environment. And what I work with is it's called XFCE. XFCE. And there's other ones like GNOME, and once you delve into this stuff, it's all you're learning a whole new lexicon of terms and things. And so I want to keep this really simple for the beginner. Now with Linux, one thing is the just like Windows has it too, but you go into the command line. So if I want to make sure that okay. Let's see. Now I'm on this screen, and you can see that warning. The stream's current bit rate is lower than the recommended bit rate. We recommend that you. So if I open a widget, like what's a widget? Oh God. Stream status good. Warning. So, okay, it wants me to adjust the bit rate. It's lower than the recommended bit rate. So maybe let's try it out, okay? So we're working with OBS. This is I'm brand new to this, okay? So don't judge me too harshly. This is you can see it's rather sophisticated. So I will okay, bit rate. Where am I? I don't know if you can adjust that kind of thing on the fly or not. And I don't want to. I'm already streaming, so I don't want to rock the boat quite yet. So I'm gonna do a cooking video later, where I'm gonna try like shaving raw beef through a cheese grater. That's pretty exciting. Strip loin. So I'm gonna strip the strip loin. Anyway, that's another issue. Yeah, so with Linux, okay, so let's forget about the latency and stuff. I'm just gonna make this. Don't worry, we won't be here all day. I'm going to open the terminal emulator, and now let's see. There's my name. Oh, I was thinking of a theme song, like a whole premise for a YouTube show. Now it escapes me. I should have recorded it because I had the perfect little jingle to introduce it. Oh man, just have some more coffee. I didn't get up till like 2 today. This is maybe what a lot of people think about when they think of Linux, right? Like you gotta know how to type commands and address the computer from a command line. Well, that's really not the case. And I suppose I could understand how that's intimidating to anyone who's unaccustomed to working with command lines and speak in computer lingo. But tell you, and that's like me going into like suddenly I'm, just fighting forest fires. Like, I've never done it before. So, I have my instincts and, well, that's maybe a bad example. I'd probably be very good at forest firefighting, but, or say, what am I horrible at? Let's see. I can't think of anything I'm really bad at, but you can kind of imagine like you've never done something before. Okay, well, gosh, I got to be bad at like certain things. Well, track and field running. So it's like, yeah, I'm gonna be intimidated, but give it a couple of weeks, and maybe I'd come in like 10th place, right? So anyway, okay, so you can see, I think, you can kind of see here. Maybe I can take this and make we'll go to the edit menu, preferences, and I'll make it bigger, maybe. Appearance, right? Go to the appearance tab. Monospace, there's their font. So go bold, and we'll go size. We'll go really big. 26, 27, 28. We'll go 28 point. I think that's what PT is, like, just short for point. Pixels per trim. I don't know. Anyway, now you can see. Okay. So you see on the left, that's me, Blake. To the left of the at symbol. Should call that like call it the email symbol. But it's a computer thing. And then T Center, I just named that after my computer. Like when you set up the Linux, you gotta like make a name for your system. And I just called it T Center because it happens to be a Think Center computer that I got at a thrift store for $100. Yeah, cool. It's a nice system, and it came out with 8 gigs of RAM and a Windows 10 a solid state drive with Windows 10 installed. I took that out. Anyway, long story short, I added 8 more gigs of RAM, so now it's an i7, an Intel i7 processor. I don't know if that means anything to you. I would say by today's standards, that's reasonable. I could work with far less. Like for me, it's more for my computing needs. Like I'm not playing like World of Warcraft or anything, so I don't. It's overkill if anything. So okay, so here command line stuff. And I've done this before. I want to disable the screensaver because it's annoying, and you can't. There's certain little quirks when it comes to Linux. Like in Windows, yeah, just disable the screensaver. A couple of clicks of the mouse. Some of these other, when I'm working with here, this XFCE desktop, not as straightforward necessarily. And if you look, like I've been looking, like let's say we just punch in XFCE screen saver disable. I can turn the screen off myself. I don't need it arbitrarily turning off. It always seems just when I sit down, then it shuts off, and then I got to retype my password in and all that. So you can clearly see we've got 52,000 plus results And there's gotta be, I know I've done it before. I didn't, Reddit might not be the place to go. Let's go. So we'll go here. And I just want, I don't want to delve into computer science 101 and wrap my head around all this stuff just to make the screensaver stop, right? So what do? You go to Google, and or Bing or whatever your preferred search engine happens to be. But you can clearly see this is I'm not the only one struggling with this, and thankfully there's people that out there that are willing to share their experience or lack thereof sometimes. So okay, okay. So like you want to it comes down to, do you want to fix your system, or do you want things to work for you? So I'm looking see I'm scanning. I'm looking like, hey, thanks, that worked. That's what I'm looking for. Hey, whoa, thumbs up. Well, that was easy. I don't want to like get into okay. Okay, well, let's try this. Let's just have fun and try something. So I'm going to highlight that and hit Control C to copy it. That command, X, R, and R, hyphen, output, display in all caps, hyphen, auto. Okay, that sounds cryptic. Now, if I do this, well, something about Linux. Okay, so I'm going to hit Shift and Insert. And there you see that command I copied came up. It's nice, right? Like these programs talk to one another. Well, clipboard, that's basic stuff, and desktop computing. Okay, warning. Output display not found. Ignoring. So the command clearly XR and R. Okay, output display not found. Ignoring. Okay, now what if I were to do the same command? Now here's a little clever thing, and this is like in the world of Linux not recommended. Like I haven't made, even though I'm the sole like administrator of the system, maybe apart from like certain software applications that have permissions, they call them. It's really mind bending kind of thing, but there's this one command, it's SU, and it stands for super user. So I'm gonna enter that, and then I'm going to type in my super user password if I can remember it. Okay, and there now I'm rooted. I'm at the center. I can do anything now. So now I'll paste that command again as like the super user. And they don't recommend this. Like what I should do is add Blake, the account Blake, to the super user, and then type in sudo every time before I want to do like system level operation type stuff. So, okay, now we'll try it again. Yeah, same thing. Okay, so I'm going to exit. And that means that just I'm getting out of the super user mode just to be safe, right? You got a double wrap. Okay. Okay, so this is going nowhere. Let's scroll down. How do I turn off screen lock in XFCE? Maybe we'll get a real simple answer. Okay, simply run the screensaver control panel. and run. Okay. This looks good. So it says open a terminal, run X screensaver demo. As a regular user. Okay. Open a terminal. We already have one open, and we're in regular user mode. So it wants me to run X screensaver dash demo. Okay, let's just type it in. X screensaver dash demo. Okay, now to run a program, / X screensaver dash demo. No, okay, that didn't work. Okay, didn't work. I'm just gonna leave that. I'm not gonna why doesn't that work? It just doesn't. Okay, how do I turn off screensaver in Linux? Okay, we're not using, okay, here it says changing the key at org/gnome/desktop screensaver to false disables the screensaver idle act. But we're not using this gnome. Does that XFCE has that? Oh, God damn it! Because you think you could do it through the menu, right? Like, okay, settings, appearance, maybe default, maybe. Okay, display, screen settings and layout, or it might be desktop. But let's go display. Let's look at that. And advanced. And the reason, yeah, I think I've tried to do it by this method before. And you'd think this is like such a basic thing as a screensaver. It would be like a simple setting. You could just move one of these buttons, right? But no, it's a glitchy thing. So, yeah, before I try and get my camera working, like maybe I can get the screensaver working. And my setup is such that, like, clearly, I want to do the live streaming thing, and then, you probably don't want to see my face today. I'm a bit rough, but yeah, I would eventually like to have. I've got like a Win TV card and stuff, and I want to get like picture in picture the way the pros do it on YouTube. I want to get into their territory, and this OBS software seems to be like the way to go. I could have done it on my Windows 7 with the media thing. I have done that, but yeah, I wanna become like well, I kind of ditched my Windows, and I wanna go like balls deep into Linux here. Let me see, I got a couple of games there. Oh, and another thing, if you happen to be watching, you're afraid to ditch Windows because of like Windows games, right? Well, I can't really say how friendly. Okay, well, what I'm doing here, I'm going into a menu. I've installed something on this Linux system called Wine. And if I had to guess, it's like an acronym for Windows interpreter, something like that. Numeric efficiency. I don't know. But here I've got the Windows interpreter, and I've got I can put Windows games and run them on Linux, no problem. I mean, this is a old It's the only game I really play. Um, it's called Heroes of Might Magic 3. But I'm curious to see how this stream turns out. This is my first attempt at using the OBS platform here. And I'm pretty excited. It's the excitement of my life. Yeah. I'm also, maybe doing a cooking show later. I should commit to things like the King of Empty Promises. And see, I don't know why this is taking so long to configure here. I don't know if you can see that at home. But it says wine configuration in /home/Blake, blah, blah, is being updated. Please wait. And I can't recall ever waiting this long to play Heroes of Might Magic through my Windows interpreter on my Linux based system. This is, I believe, Debian 11 something. They have code names. I think this one's Bookworm. When I was a kid, I was a bit of a bookworm. I played Lego. Oh, interesting. So it says wine could not find a wine mono package. Like I've ran this without. Oh, you know what? I did a system update, and that changes everything. So maybe I need to reinstall it. So let's see if this works. I like when you just kind of advance. You get the like a series of ultimatums from the dialogue window. Are you sure you want to proceed? I don't know. I just want to play a game, goddammit. Take a 4-year program to figure out how to play a game. Yeah. Anyone tuned in here? Excuse me a moment. Okay, I'm back, and maybe I should move things up and make this video interesting, eh? Okay, we're looking at the OBS software here. So I've got it set to just whatever's on my screen, right? And I'd like to be able to incorporate my I've got a what's called a Win TV card. I've got it hooked up to like an old VHS video cassette recorder with RCA inputs, and then I have a drugstore camera from like 2004-ish hooked into the VCR, and I've had that like all the hardware working with the computer with under Windows operating system. So now I'm trying to cross platform it. Yo, breakfast at sunrise. Breakfast. I can't remember that jingle. Oh, and then oh, there we go.
3DO.
See, running Windows. This is where it Firefox here. Screensaver. Disable a screensaver. How do I turn off screensaver? See, I'm not the only one. Like, this is clearly like a difficult issue, and I've done it before on a laptop running the same kind of operating system. How do I turn off screensaver and sleep mode? boy. Well, that's like when. Oh, for God's sakes. Okay, Debian. Here we'll go. Debian. Debian screensaver disable. There we go. How to disable screen off in Debian. Okay, I think I'm running 11. You know, that's how poor of a Linux user. I don't even know how to check the version. I have to look it up every time. Okay, now it's necessary cookies. Okay. Okay. So here it says, here I'll zoom in. Okay. That's a super computer user trick, is just hold down the left control button with your pinky finger and then move the roller wheel on your mouse. Like zoom out, zoom in. Wow. It's so easy. My screen are darkening. My screen are darkening every 20 or some minutes. It was originally X Screensaver installed, but nothing changed after I removed it. This behavior very annoying when I'm trying to see some movie. Hey, that... I'm reading this guy's mail, right? Okay, so there's an answer. There. Oh, no, this is his... There's an output of xsetq. So is this guy barking up the wrong tree? Okay, oh, here's the check. A green check mark. That tells me that's good. Okay. Solved by usage of XFCE's Power Management GUI configurator. A configurator. Okay. You switch it off completely with xset dpms. Or... Okay, that's what, you know what? I don't want to get into it. I don't want to get into like customized settings, all that. I can, if I really want to do that in the future, I just want it, I can shut my own monitor off, you know what I mean? When I want it off, I turn it off. When I want it on, I turn it on. That's what I want that. I don't need every 10 minutes, you know, if there's no activity and then it shuts. I'm just trying to watch a film and then screen blank. Oh, I gotta move the mouse. Fuck. Annoying as fuck. Excuse my expletive there. Annoying as... So I can think of something better than the F word, eh? Annoying as a neighbor blasting 60s, 70s, 80s hit songs over and over again all summer long in their backyard. Okay. Xset dpms. So let's see if this works. Okay, xset space dash. Okay, xset space dash. What was it? dpms. You got to get it just so. I bet it doesn't do anything. Oh, command not found. Okay. Great. Xset. So configure it in the server flag section in your xorg .conf. Okay. Now, okay, this is here we can see, because I believe it or not, I know a thing or two about doing Linux. So I'm gonna drop down to super user. Now, because I don't work with it like every day, I always forget things. But this is maybe what I did last time, was I went into the xorg .conf configuration file. And the location of that might be in a particular directory. Let's get back into my terminal here. Okay, now why is this like this? God damn. There. Okay. Uh, yeah. So you can see I'm root center. So I'm root. Now I'm going to go cd. That stands for change directory backslash, and that will give me a prompt, and then I go / to get to the base directory, and then if I want to see what's in this directory, I type ls. This is a really rudimentary Linux stuff. And then I'm going to change directory into etc. So I don't know what that stands for. Like, is it etc.? And then list that. And then there's, okay, now there's a directory called x11. And I just know that that has to do with display shit, because I know. Okay, and I'm going to list this directory. Oh, and there's our xorg.conf, right? So .d. So I'm gonna, I don't know, I'm gonna, if I do ls-a, then I get a more verbose, or no, I get all the hidden files. Why is that? Okay. So I'm going to try, I'm going to presume that, okay, nano, what I'm typing in, that's just, that's a text editor. So everything in Linux is a file, and it uses, as opposed to an object, I don't know. Oh, type that in right there. And you can use tab once you give it the little kindling, you get the first 3 letters right, you can. Okay, so we're gonna see, it might tell me it's a directory. Like maybe that's what the .d stands for. Yeah, this is a directory. Okay, so we're gonna jump in there. cd xorg ... Okay, and then list that. And there's nothing in there. Okay. So to go down a directory, you do change directory in 2 dots, and we'll list it again. Okay. Okay. So now I don't want to play around in here, because you can always make things worse. It's not hard. Okay. Yeah. There's almost always ways to fix things, but yeah, I'm just trying to turn off a screensaver. Okay, you switch it off or set the times with. You can also configure it in the server flags section in your xorg.conf. Okay. Okay, so let's look up that. Can see how this is frustrating, right? xorg.conf. Location. See, I don't want to know location, right? Look, it just knows. Okay. Etc. X11 direct. That's what I did. That's where I went. Does not exist until a system administrator creates it in order to change the default configurations. Okay, so we'll create it. Okay. Let's. Oh boy. See, this is where like you're learning more than you really care to learn, and you know, I'm just. I'm not gonna bore you with this. I really just want to do a test of the live stream and stuff, and you can see from a you know, my web browser works. I can play Windows games, so you know, Linux it runs smooth, and yeah, it looks like I'm coming up on 40 minutes, and I think that's maybe a little too long for this video. Next one will hopefully be more engaging or fun. But yeah, I'm gonna end the stream and see if it kind of worked out. So I bid you adieu.